though? What up though? What up though? Peace and love. Peace and love. What up? Let me run that black. Let me run that black. That's my issue. Yeah. What's poppin'? Love. We talking about weaponized weed. Alright? Weaponized weed. This shit ain't nobody gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna go in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Yo, I'm going in. Let's talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Fuck it, I'm going in. Like the clock ain't ticking, I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. Nigga, I'm going in. It's like the drama don't stop. Every other day, another kid shot on my block. What? Yeah, all out, I'm going in. Fuck it, I'm going all out. Yeah, ain't you tired of being lied to? I'm tired of somebody else trying to define some other book or doctrine to subscribe to, drive the vibe to, beat the ride to, over here, over there, in the air, man, it smell like bullshit. Simple as a pimple, powered by the spirit of God, and the body is the temple. It's like a hand to a glove, foot to a sock, everlasting life that don't stop. I was a young buck with my pop, drinking Pepsi and washed down pop rocks. Came a long way to playing on the back block with a bad attitude and a back. Look how it changed up. Mama made us to get our raises. Now Jesus supposed to save us. Man, mama made us to get our raises. Now Jesus supposed to save us. We can't even save ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck it, I'm going in. Like the clock ain't ticking. I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. Nigga, I'm going in. Talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Nigga, I'm going in. It's like the drama don't stop. Every other day, another kid shot on a block. Fuck it, yeah, all out, I'm going in. What? Yeah, ain't you tired of being lied to? And tired of somebody else trying to define you? Some other book or doctrine to subscribe to, drive the vibe to, beat the ride to, over here, over there, it's in the air, man, smell like bullshit everywhere. Simple as a pimple, powered by the spirit of God, and the body is the temple. It's like a hand to a glove, foot to a sock, everlasting life that don't stop. I was a young buck with my pop, drinking Pepsi, yo, watching pop rocks, playing on the back block, had a bad attitude and a back block. Look how it changed up. Mama made us to ghetto raises, now Jesus supposed to save us. See what I'm talking about? Some bullshit, yo. We're about to go in real quick, yo. We're about to go in. I'm going in. Talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Nigga, I'm going in. Like the clock ain't ticking, I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving, nigga. I'm going in. Like the drama don't stop. Every other day, another kid shot on my block. Going in. Yo, all out, I'm going in. Feel what I'm talking about? Every other day, somebody shot dead. And we supposed to sit around and talk about goddamn spooky shit and these nut ass holidays. But we got bigger things to worry about. They got poison in all of the goddamn products we consume, and it's poison in it. You're literally poisoning yourself while you sit down and talk about this bullshit. Man, fuck that, man. How the hell you gonna be so-called conscious and so-called developing your consciousness when you're poisoning yourself? You're fucking poisoning yourself, yo. Alright, we about to go in, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm going in. Talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Nigga, I'm going in. It's like the clock ain't ticking, I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving, nigga. Going in. The drama don't stop. Every other day, another kid shot on the block. Going in. All out. Going in. See what I'm talking about? Alright, so let's go. So what we talking about right now is this weaponized marijuana. Peace and love to everybody in the room. I want to acknowledge everybody in the room. Electric Phils was popping. You know what I'm saying? She been rocking with me. Peace to the goddess. You know what I'm saying? Deaconess, peace and love. Renee, peace and love. Free your mind. What's up, boy? Star, what's up? Chemistry Logic, what's up, man? Huey P, what's up, bro? What's going on? That's my brother right there. If y'all ain't following Huey P, you sleeping a little bit. Follow my brother Huey P Newton, man. He got some heat rock for you. And so we talking about this weaponized marijuana real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's why I titled it, because they've weaponized marijuana. Yo, if y'all haven't noticed, it's becoming more and more accepted. It's becoming more and more accepted. They weaponize shit. When they accept it in mainstream, it's been weaponized. They already figured out how to use it in a way that destructs us. They already figured out, just like hip hop. Remember when hip hop first started, we talking about Def Jam, Rick Rubin, they couldn't even get a loan from the bank. But now everything you turn on TV, every goddamn product they want to sell you, what they use? Hip hop. Fucking chicken nuggets. Nigga breakdancing and shit with the chicken nuggets. What the fuck the breakdancing got to do with the chicken nuggets? It ain't got nothing to do with the chicken nuggets. You see what I'm saying? But they use it. They use the hip hop as a tool to get your ass in, like the Pied Piper. Playing the fucking music, hypnotize you to buy into the product. They did the same thing with hip hop. Now they doing the same thing with the marijuana. They doing the same exact thing. Now, once it started to gain like popularity, and I saw the government had it, and you know they cool with it, and I was like, no, something the fuck is wrong. Because like I logged in 81. I remember the first weed distributors, the first weed dispensary joints was owned by the Jamaicans. The Jamaicans had the first weed stores. The weed stores were Jamaican. If anybody remember this shit, say something in the room so I don't look like I'm crazy. The Jamaicans had all the weed stores. The weed was coming straight from Jamaica. It was organic marijuana coming straight from Jamaica. And what the government did, they fined these motherfuckers, penalized them so heavy. They penalized them so heavy, it scared the shit out of them from ever doing it again. They stopped doing the weed stores because the penalty was so heavy. Now, why was the penalty so heavy? Because they were developing a system for dispensaries that we're now witnessing today, like the one they got in Colorado, in California, in South Carolina, in Delaware, in New Jersey. All of these different states is popping up with medical or recreational marijuana dispensaries. It's almost mirroring that from the 80s and early 90s with the Jamaicans, except the Jamaicans were selling organic marijuana. Organic marijuana. They didn't have all of this shit that they got now. Fucking gorilla snot and monkey balls and all this crazy shit. All these different strains. And I'm going to show you why that the shit is so sinister. I'm going to show you why real quick. So, this shit is not new. It's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. Keeping that in mind, we're going to take a trip back in time real quick. Now, I made this board presentation, and some of you may have seen it. But for those of you who didn't see it before, stay tuned right here because I'm about to take you back. We're going back. Way back. Black in the time. You understand me? All right, now watch this. Watch this. This right here is my board presentation on marijuana. All right? It's my board presentation on marijuana. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a trip. I'm going to take you all around the board, all across the board. All right, we're going in. Now just stay right here because it's going. You know, it's going to go back, then it's going to go forward, then I'm bringing it to present day. All right. Now watch this. Now, when we go back into ancient societies, ancient civilizations had marijuana. The Egyptian culture had it. The Assyrians had it. Greek and Rome had it. And the ancient Indian cultures, they had it also. They had marijuana. Now, let's start with Kemet, ancient Egypt. Now, the Egyptians were some of the healthiest people ever on the planet. Let me say that again. Some of the healthiest people ever on the planet. They can go into Africa, into Egypt right now, and exhume one of these mummies, one of these bodies, and the motherfucker still got all his skin, all his hair, got no cavities, no bone disease, no osteo, nothing. They completely healthy. These motherfuckers is healthier dead than some of the people that we know that's alive right now. That's using medication to keep their ass alive. They wouldn't last 10 minutes in this society. So these are the healthiest people ever to be in the history of people. And they use marijuana. What did they use it for? They use it for medicinal applications. Then we got the Assyrians. They use it for medicinal and for religious applications. Greek and Romans used it for anti-inflammatory. You know, they always fighting somebody, trying to take somebody's shit. So they always got hickeys and lumps and shit. So they need it for anti-inflammatory. Then the Indian culture, this is Asia, they use it for anti-anxiety and religious applications. They got a whole religion, a whole holiday where they just get high on marijuana all over the place in India. So with our Kemetic ancient African ancestors being the healthiest people ever to be in the history of people, did they use marijuana? Did they have marijuana? Did they understand medical marijuana and the benefits of medical marijuana? Yes, they did. They used it as a medicine. And we find that in the Ebers Papyrus. The Ebers Papyrus is the Kemetic medical herbal papyrus. It's the oldest medical document on earth. And this was in 1550 BC. The oldest medical document on earth. And look how we did it. Look how I did that Medunetia in there for you. I did put the hieroglyphics and all that in there. So as we see, they're adorning sarcophagus with herbs. They're adorning it with herbs. They're offering up herbs to the sarcophagus. See? Who's ushered to the underworld by Anpu. That's Anpu right there. So they understood the importance of marijuana. They understood the applications of marijuana here and in the afterlife. It has spiritual properties. Yes, it does. It has spiritual properties as well as physical properties that we could use right now. Right? So what happens is, watch. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you the Ebers Papyrus. The Ebers Papyrus is the oldest medical document ever on the planet. 1550 BC. So they knew marijuana and used it in a medicinal application in 1550 BC. But watch this. Why have you never seen a picture or a statue or any illustration of a pharaoh in Egypt smoking marijuana? Why have you never seen any illustrations of a pharaoh smoking anything? You never seen a pharaoh smoking marijuana. You never seen, right? Because smoking is unhealthy, right? And these were the healthiest people ever to be on the planet Earth. The healthiest people out of any people were these people, and they knew about marijuana, had it as a medical application, even had it in the oldest. And I'm gonna show you the Ebers Papyrus real quick, so you can look it up for yourself, and you don't just gotta take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? And living in the age that we live in the information age, everything's accessible. Everything. Even if it's just a little bit of something. Like I could go really deep and show you some other shit, but it's just going to be a fragment. I want to show you the bulk of it because they got even more than just the Ebers Papyrus. There's more than just the Ebers Papyrus. But look, here go the Ebers Papyrus. The Ebers Papyrus. Papyrus Ebers. Egyptian medical papyrus of herbal knowledge dating back to circa in 1550 BC. And actually, it's older than that. It's actually older than that. See? The Ebers Papyrus. The oldest medical papyrus. The oldest. See this? So, if they knew about that, right? If they knew about that since at least 1550 BC, why did you never see a pharaoh smoking marijuana? Why did you never see a picture, a goddamn painting, a statue of a pharaoh smoking marijuana? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why. It's because in the Ebers Papyrus, they mentioned marijuana, but they didn't call it marijuana. They didn't call it marijuana. You know what they called it? They called it sachet. They called marijuana sachet in the Ebers Papyrus. Are you familiar with sachet? Don't worry, I'm going to show you. This is sachet. It was a deity. A deity. And you see she got the leaf. 7 leaves, just like marijuana. She has the leaf on her head. There you go, etched in stone. Sachet. So with them deifying, and Sachet is also known as the deity in charge of creative writing. This is why she's writing. And I'll be damned if anytime you high on marijuana, you don't feel creative than a motherfucker. That's Sachet. That's the power of Sachet. This is why they didn't disrespect and dishonor the plant and burn it and consume it, because we're not supposed to consume smoke. See? Shit is deep. Shit is deep. So, in the Ebers Papyrus, they mentioned medical marijuana. They called it by the name Sachet. So, with them understanding Sachet, deifying it, they knew what was in marijuana they knew the properties of this plant. See, now with modern science, what we talking about today, modern science only just got wind of what was getting people high in marijuana in the 60s. Until then, they had no idea what about this plant was causing people to get high. They didn't know about THC in the fucking early 60s. You didn't hear about THC till after like 1969, around Woodstock and shit. You didn't hear about it. We didn't hear about it because they didn't know it. They didn't know it. Now let's go over THC. What is THC? Watch. I got all this shit on here. THC is delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. This is the bond. This is the bond. This covalent bond right here gives it the 9, 3, 6, 9, and all of these other compounds sticking together. What makes it stick together? This is the covalent bond. So delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, THC. This is the active ingredient in marijuana that gets you high. This is the active ingredient that gets you high. And this wasn't discovered until this guy in 1966, Raphael Mechoulam. He found it. He found the active compound in THC. He isolated it and discovered it in 1966 in Israel. In Israel. Let me look at you. So Israel has the long-lasting, the most deepest research on marijuana on the planet. Not California, not South Carolina, not anywhere else, but Israel. And this was founded in 1966 by Raphael Mechoulam. I'm going to show you Raphael real quick, just so you can go ahead and later you can break this thing down a little bit further just for your own comfort, right? I'm not going to share. I'm not going to hoard any information from y'all. You know what I mean? Because this shit is serious. This shit is serious. They taking us the fuck out. This shit is serious. All right, so here's Raphael Mechoulam. Raphael Mechoulam. All right. So not until Raphael came out with it, and this explains more of the alliance that America has with Israel, with the Israelis. They help them to weaponize this marijuana. Right? So, what Raphael discovered is not just THC, but how this THC responds in our body. And what he found was we have a system. We have a system that's built into our bodies before we even have any other systems. And this system is called, here we go, I'm going to show you. This system is called the endocannabinoid system, ECS for short. Endocannabinoid system, ECS for short. The ECS is the endocannabinoid system, all right? Now what this does is this controls homeostasis in the body, aka balance, aka ma'at. Ma'at is always there. You understand what I'm talking about? Ma'at is inside you. This endocannabinoid system is both a gift and a curse, Because what it does is it allows, see, hold on, let me get in real quick. See, this is why nobody ever in the history of marijuana, in the history of the planet, has overdosed on marijuana. You can't overdose on marijuana because the endocannabinoid system is a system that readily allows marijuana to have balance, harmony, ma'at in your body. You can overdose on water. Nigga, every year, at least 7 people overdose on water. But nobody overdose on marijuana. Snoop Dogg hasn't had a fucking heart attack. Wiz Khalifa is still chilling. All these motherfuckers are still good and they smoking all the marijuana they get their hands on. But a motherfucker could overdose over goddamn M&Ms, over water, such an essential part of life as water. You can have too much of it and overdose. But nobody's overdosed on marijuana. And see, we don't think. We don't fucking, you gotta open your eye. This one. Open your fucking eye. Think deeper into the shit. How can that be possible? Because of the endocannabinoid system. Now, this is also the reason why marijuana, they say, cures every fucking thing. You can have your foot hurt. Smoke some marijuana, now your foot feel better. Your tooth hurt. Smoke some marijuana, now your tooth feel better. Your fucking eye, you can't see. Smoke some marijuana, your eye feel better. Your stomach hurt. Smoke some marijuana, it feels better. Your endocannabinoid system connects your central nervous system, which is your brain, with your immune system and your endocrine system. This is how you think, act, and feel. Your central nervous system is your brain. This is electrical. This electrical response. Your immune system is your endocrine system, aka your chakra centers. This is hormonal. This is your hormones. This is why some people smoke weed and they get horny. Horny hormones. That's your endocrine system. This is your chakras. This is your secum. Your 7 souls of Ra. Let me show you that because I got that right here too. So we're talking about the endocrine system. We're talking about your chakras, or as the ancients called it, your Safech Ba Ra. 7 souls of Ra. Your secum. The life force energy. This is all connected via your endocannabinoid system. All right. So I'm going to tell you why this is important. I'm going to bring this shit home and it's going to be devastating. First, I'm going to share with you some things that helped me along my journey to stop smoking marijuana. I was smoking weed since I was like 9. And I just recently stopped smoking weed earlier last year, like early last summer. And I quit overnight. I just put the shit down and I just didn't smoke it no more. You know what I'm saying? And it was a challenge in the beginning. In the beginning, it was a challenge. But there's also ways that can make it not as difficult for you. And I'm going to share some of that with you right now, today. I'm going to share some of that with you right now. Oh, I found some money in my bag. Hey, good money. My bad. I'm sidetracking. Okay. Now, there's also different herbs that you can smoke. Now, watch. Let me go in this real quick. All right. So, because I wrote it down for a reason. Let me give it to you. So, marijuana is a plant in the grass family, classified as weed. It has curative properties. Really, it should be eaten raw. But since we are not natural grass eaters like cows, see? It's hard for us to consume it raw. However, the mineral content in it is good for fighting lung disease. However, when you burn it, it becomes an addictive chemical by isolating the oils. There are differences between people who consume powder cocaine versus crack cocaine. Even eating a poppy seed bagel has what you call up in it? What's that shit that they make heroin out of? That's in a poppy seed bagel, but it's not going to give you the same result like you was shooting smack, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can eat enough to fail a drug test, but still not be high like you was shooting heroin. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't isolate the oils. When you isolate the oils, when you isolate any of the chemical compounds in it, you create a drug. Now, this is a treatment that helped me get rid of it. The cravings help me deal with it. 2 weeks of raw juices. Fast and eliminate junk food from your diet. Alcohol and drugs got to go. And here's some safe substitutes for marijuana if you need a couple substitutes. Substitutes as safe herbs you can smoke to help transition to becoming smoke-free is catnip, peppermint, corn silk, and cloves, and etc. There's more. Matter of fact, I'll show you this one right here. This is one of my favorites. Damiana. This leaf is good. And as you can see, it's cheap. It's just $2 for an ounce. You know what I'm saying? I use it in tea because I don't believe in smoking anything. You know what I'm saying? I use it in my tea. Look up Damiana benefits and you'll have your mind blown. Damiana is the shit. All right. So that's another herb that I personally use right here. I blend up I make a cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Put a pot of water on, dump some of this Damiana powder in there, straight off, and drink that shit with a little bit of stevia. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some agave if that's your twist. You know what I mean? And the shit is popping. Give you a nice little buzz too. It's not bad. I support it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely support it. All right. So that's one. That's one right there. So you don't gotta deal with all of this bullshit. You know how many motherfuckers in jail right now because they couldn't stop smoking weed? You know how many parents is without their children right now because they couldn't stop smoking weed? You know how many motherfuckers violating probation and all type of silly shit because they couldn't stop smoking weed? How smart is that? How fucking smart is that? You feel what I'm saying? Distilled water is the best shit out here. I could do a breakdown on that too. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I might do that tomorrow. I'll definitely do it by next week. I'll give you a nice presentation on water. Cause we got water fucked up all the way up. Don't even let me finish this and then I'll do a little sidebar with you. We talk about that water. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we done went to history. We done went to chemistry, right? We even done went to anatomy, right? Now we're going to go into anthropology. Anthropology is the study and observance of cultures. To observe a culture and to study it, right? That's anthropology. So with this anthropological study, we're going to look at this right here. This symbol I drew for Woodstock. Because Woodstock is about peace, love, and music. Peace, love, and music. This was Woodstock, all right? Now, with Woodstock, what a lot of people don't know about Woodstock, especially today, is Woodstock was a concert that lasted for 3 days straight. 3 straight days outside. We talking about the rain. We talking about mosquitoes and shit. We talking about bugs and dirt and mud. All of the elements at a concert with all of the best artists that was out at that time. And in those 3 days of that concert that never did stop, weed is the new crack. That's a good one, Zaza. You trying to jump ahead of the class though. Stay there. So with this concert that was 3 days straight outside in the cold, in the rain, in the mud, in the dirt, and all of that, there was 400,000 people in attendance. 400,000 people. Now just think of this. And they was all smoking weed openly. Woodstock was about peace, love, and music. So they was smoking a little piece, making love, and listening to music. Anybody you do some research on Woodstock, it was weed all over Woodstock. They were smoking weed openly, having sex, free love openly, and listening to music. That's all it was about. So in these 3 days outside dealing with the elements with 400,000 people, and they all smoking weed, they all high on marijuana, how many people do you think were killed during Woodstock? How many people do you even think got beat up or had fights during Woodstock? How many people do you think were arrested, locked up during Woodstock? Matter of fact, think of it as it was today. Think about it today. Think if today somebody threw a concert for 3 whole days straight, day and night, straight through, and 400,000 people was there, showed up, and they smoking sour diesel and shit. They smoking monkey snot and fucking gorilla snot and gorilla balls and all this crazy shit that. Imagine they smoking that shit outside dealing with the rain, the mud, the dirt, the mosquitoes, all of the elements outside smoking weed for 3 days straight, 400,000 people. How many people do you think would be killed or shot or beat up? It'll be somebody fucked up every single day at that concert if they threw a concert like that today. Ain't you fucking crazy? A bunch of these crazy ass Takashi fucking face tat having crazy motherfuckers, man. They would be crazy. Right. Because during Woodstock, they had just discovered the active ingredient THC. They hadn't had time to experiment with it. At Woodstock, they were smoking organic marijuana. Today, we're smoking inorganic Frankenstein marijuana. This shit is a lab experiment. It's an experiment. It's a fucking experiment. During the 60s, they were smoking organic marijuana. Nowadays, we're smoking inorganic fucking lab experiment. Your fucking lab rat ass smoking this weed. They've weaponized the marijuana. I remember back when I was smoking weed, right? But I was a pothead. I was a dangerous weed head, yo. Dangerous weed head. Whoa! I used to buy a pound of weed and smoke it. If I sold some of it, cool. But I used to buy and smoke it. This one, we talking about $4,000 for a pound of sour diesel. You feel what I'm saying? I was dangerous with it. You know what I mean? Because I had the money to do it. So I did it. Like, the fuck. And I remember, like, some of my favorite artists around that time was this nigga, Young Thug, Rich Homie, Rich Gang. You know about them niggas. When I wasn't on the marijuana, I couldn't understand what this nigga was saying. But as soon as I was high on the marijuana and listened to the shit, I could understand what he was saying. I'm like, holy shit. But this is before I had knowledge of the endocannabinoid system. That what that does is that ushers in that THC molecule and introduces it to your central nervous system, which is your fucking brain. It ushers it in and brings it to your central nervous system, what is your brain. It ushers it in and brings it to your endocrine system, which is your goddamn hormones, and controls how it feels. It ushers it in and brings it to your immune system. How you think they can say, okay, it's flu season. A bunch of y'all gonna get the flu. How can you tell me when I'm gonna get sick? How can you do that? How can you tell me when my immune system will be compromised? Unless you have compromised my immune system. Your endocannabinoid system, yo, like this is a part of your being that controls the balance between your central nervous system, your immune system, and your goddamn endocrine system. This is how you think, act, and feel. So why would you leave a fucking Dr. Frankenstein access to that part of you? Why would you do that? Why would you make that part of you accessible to Dr. fucking Frankenstein? This the crazy shit. The craziest shit ever. Alright, so look. I'm gonna skip over the Nixon part, because I go in with the Nixon part a little bit. If I got time, fuck it. So after 1969, between 1969 and 74, that's when we had this nut ass President Nixon. Lying ass Nixon. They used to call him Dick. Fucking Dick Nixon. This nut ass motherfucker. What he did is he lied. He knew that all these motherfuckers was high up off marijuana and all they wanted to do was have peace and love. So what he did is he fashioned his whole campaign on spreading peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. Yeah, go ahead, smoke some weed. It's peace and love. I'm going to bring all the troops home, peace and love, all that bullshit. But at the same time, he's saying, I'm going to give you peace and love. He was bombing Cambodia. He bombed Cambodia for fucking months. Bombed the shit out of them. Not to even mention Watergate. You see what I'm saying? So because these motherfuckers was high off of marijuana, they couldn't see between the lies. So the marijuana is also a distraction. It's also a distraction, even if it's organic marijuana, because you don't have your eye open to see this type of sinister shit that this motherfucker led the way in. And once they saw that, see, what happened was black people, brown people, yellow people, white people was all making love, was all loving each other on some peace shit, on some let's listen to music, smoke weed, and get some yams. Like, that's all they was doing. And that scared the government so much, they put somebody in that was going to let the agenda take part keep moving forward, but still play to this disadvantage of us. The peace, the love, the music. They didn't want that shit. That shit scared them. They call this the baby boom generation. This is where the baby boomers came from. From this organic marijuana, peace, love, and music. You see what I'm talking about? So now we move forward to today. This is a chemical war. This is a chemical war. They have weaponized the marijuana by putting fucking chemicals all on this shit. And you don't know, but I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Real quick. Watch this. Watch this. Because I used to sell weed. I used to sell marijuana. I used to sell so much of it, man. I used to get a fucking load. I used to buy 10, 20 pounds at a time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with saying it now because I moved past from that. So I'm not worried about nobody coming to do no fucking drug raids on my house. You ain't gonna find no weed here, bro. I ain't even into that. But when I was into that, I was into that. You understand? So what happens is, see, I used to get my marijuana from an actual grower. I knew the nigga who was growing this shit. You understand? And what happens is, see, they take this marijuana and these so-called indoor farmers, they growing this marijuana and putting all of this work into growing this marijuana. Then they harvest the buds and they take it to the dispensaries. Now, these dispensaries, what they do is they put it under a microscope. They put the shit under a microscope and they checking it for mites, little insects that go into marijuana. I'm going to show you one real quick. There's insects in it. This is pesticides. Watch, I'm going to show you this shit real quick. And you're going to be like, oh shit, son, that shit look good. The insects look just like marijuana. I'm going to show you. The insects that be in it look just like marijuana. So you probably smoked some of this shit before. It made me think about it too. I'm like, damn, I probably smoked some of that shit before. Because it looked just like the marijuana. Watch, I'm going to show you. And like I said, I know because this is my connect. He told me. Watch this. You probably smoked this shit before. That's what's even more disgusting. Smoking fucking roaches in your shit. Real Jones. Watch this shit. Nigga asked me, do I miss it? Fuck no, man. You crazy? How can I miss this shit? Hold on, my internet a little slow right now. I don't know what's going on. Peace and love, everybody. Hold up. Watch. This shit is nasty. There you go. Oh my God. And this shit looked just like weed. It looked just like marijuana. Oh my God. Shit. Y'all niggas probably smoking this shit right now. Oh my God. Here we go. Look. This shit look just like a piece of chronic. You wouldn't even notice. You roll that shit up and smoke it. Wouldn't even fucking notice. It's called the lace wig. So the marijuana dispensaries, they put it under a microscope. And they looking for these little motherfuckers. They looking for this. Not only are they looking for this, they're also isolating the THC in the marijuana to test the levels of the THC. Now, if the levels of the THC doesn't meet their standards, or if the shit is flooded with these little dirty motherfucking insects, what they do is they reject that THC. They reject it. They say, nah, She said, at least front weed. You crazy. Yo. So the dispensary will reject this shit. They will say, nah, hell no, that shit doesn't meet our standards. We don't want that shit, right? So they reject it. They reject it. Now what happens is these indoor farmers, you think they're going to throw that weed in the trash? Fuck no. What they do is they bring that weed to the hood and they sell it to some niggas. Because they know a nigga ain't going to put it in no fucking microscope. What you going to do is you're going to open the bag, you're going to smell it, then you're going to smoke it. And you like, yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what you going to do. That's what your connect do. The nigga you buy that weed from, that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? I got my Uncle Twin in the building. What up, Twin? And Twin, he remember I was a weed head. I was a vicious weed head, man. I used to smoke. Me and him, oh, man. That's my brother right there. He could definitely co-sign like, and I know this shit from experience. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot deeper with me. You know what I'm saying? Like with this particular subject. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is they spray the marijuana with a chemical, just like they spray any other product that grows naturally. Like you buy some grapes, you go to the store, you buy some grapes. Yo, what up, dog? Peace and love. So you go to the store, you buy some grapes, right? And you bring those grapes home. First thing you do is you rinse those grapes off because you know they sprayed that with a chemical to keep the insects off. They do the same thing with the marijuana. They spray it with an insect to keep these they spray it with a chemical to keep these insects off. These insects like this fucking lacewing beetle. Hey, Twin, look at this shit. And Twin, I know Twin still smoking weed. What's this? This the shit that be on your marijuana, nigga. This is shit your connect don't tell you about. And the shit look just like weed. You wouldn't even know. You probably smoked some of this shit before, Twin, because you smoke a lot of weed, man. Hold on, let me go back. Because the shit shit fucked me up when I seen it. Look, it's called the lacewing beetle. Shit, just like a little nug. Look, just like a little nug, nigga. You smoke a lot of weed, you probably definitely smoked that shit before. They got more of them. Peace and love, harmony. That's my brother. What's up? Lacewing beetle. So at the dispensary, they put it under a microscope. They looking for these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is these growers, say the grower bring the marijuana to the dispensary to sell it, and they got a bunch of beetles in it. The dispensary say, nah, you take this shit back. We don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga who grew this shit, he not going to throw this shit in the trash. He going to take it right to the hood and sell it right to some hood niggas. Because they know we don't look through microscopes and shit. We going to smell it and buy it. Niggas like, shit, 2 stacks, that's it? Shit, give me that. It's a good price. No, it's not a good price, nigga. It's not a good price. Shit is trash. It should go in the fucking trash. Now, to make things worse, let's say you like, nah, I don't smoke that shit. I just smoke from the dispensary. Okay, that's cool. But what you're doing is you're smoking a chemical. Because just like those grapes that you bought that was grown in a fucking field, it was sprayed with chemicals to keep the bugs off. So you think they rinsed off the marijuana? You think they rinsed the chemicals off the marijuana? Off the bud of marijuana before they sold it to you? Fuck no, you can't rinse off no marijuana, fool. You smoking the fucking chemical that been sprayed on the marijuana. That's why they call it gas. Once you burn it, nigga, you turned it into a gas. You're gassing yourself. Then that gas goes straight to your central nervous system, to your immune system, and to your endocrine system. This is how you think, act, and how you feel via your endocannabinoid system. That's why it's a gift and a curse. That's why they've weaponized weed. This weed has been weaponized. Don't fuck with it. Only way you can fuck with it, nigga, grow your own weed from real seeds you got from an organic weed farmer. I dare you to find one. They don't exist because they've been chased out by this medical marijuana craze because y'all motherfuckers thought it was the shit. I'm there too. I was with you too. Shit, I was smoking nothing but Primo for a while. You know what I'm saying? But it's something about me knowing that it's a fucking mad scientist behind this shit. It's a mad scientist behind what is their motive to make this shit cool? What is the motive behind it? Like, think about it. What is the modus operandi, man? It's to dull your senses, to attack your DNA, to keep us vibrating at a low frequency, to keep us at a state of arrested development. Arrested development. This is why your favorite artist is some little nigga. Lil Wayne, Lil Uzi, Lil Durk, Lil Baby Lotion, whatever these niggas' names is. They want to promote that because that keeps you at a state of arrested development. They done turned 30-year-old niggas into 19-year-old niggas. Niggas 30 act like fucking teenagers. You see what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. He said he got an organic weed store. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool, but I wouldn't smoke anything. Our ancient Kemetic ancestors didn't smoke anything, and they were the healthiest people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 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 Anything, you know, they touch it, man, it's for a reason, and it's definitely not for your benefit. It's going to be for their benefit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to be aware of this shit, man. This shit is all over the place, man. And motherfuckers just going to lie to you. They're just going to lie to you. The nigga you bought it from is lying to you. The nigga that he bought it from is lying to him. I know because I was buying it and selling it. They buy it. Listen, the motherfucker who can't get it sold at the dispensary, they didn't take it at the dispensary because either he got mold in it, which you definitely don't want to ingest. The THC level is fucked up, which shows that there's something off with the chemical compound. It's imbalanced. And then number 3 is some fucking bugs in it. You don't want to be smoking no fucking bugs, nigga. The fuck? And you supposed to be a vegan? You smoking bugs, nigga? Stop playing. Then even if you do go to the dispensary and you get that shit, nigga, it's sprayed with a chemical. They spray it with a chemical. They spray it with chemicals like paraquat, like Eagle One. Look up Eagle One. They spray this shit with chemicals. And those chemicals are introduced to your central nervous system, your endocrine system, and your immune system via the endocannabinoid system. The effects of which we don't even know what the effects going to be long term. We don't know. They do not fucking know. The studies is not out yet. We got to do the studies. You see what I'm saying? Somebody calling me all out of tune. We got to conduct the studies. The study's not out. If they had a study, nigga, they wouldn't show you the shit. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't show you. There's no studies out on this shit. You know what I mean? So this your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And I love you. Because I love myself. I'm talking about, fuck it, I'm going in. Talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Nigga, I'm going in. It like the clock ain't ticking. I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. Nigga, I'm going in. It's like the drama don't stop. Every other day another kid shot up on my block. Bet, going the fuck off. I'm going in. Yeah, I'm going the fuck off. Yeah, ain't you tired of being lied to? And tired of somebody else trying to define you? Some other book or doctrine to subscribe to, drive the vibe to, beat the ride to. Overhead, over there, it's in the air. Man, it smell like bullshit. Simple as a pimple, powered by the spirit of God, and the body is the temple. It's like a hand to a glove, foot to a sock. Everlasting life, this shit don't stop. I was a young buck with my pop, drinking down Pepsi and washed down pop rocks. Came a long way to playing on the back block with a bad attitude and a black. Look how it up. Mama made us, the ghetto raised us. Now Jesus supposed to save us. Man, mama made us, the ghetto raised us. Now Jesus supposed to save us. Yo, fuck it, I'm going in. Let's talk about the poison in the air and the food and water, they don't care. Nigga, I'm going in. Like the clock ain't ticking, I don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. Nigga, I'm going in. It's like the drama don't stop. Every other day another kid shot up on my block. Going in, black, going the fuck off. I'm going in, black. It's your brother, man. And I love you, because I love myself.